Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rochal Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and labor in this word and doctrine. So as this video title says, the meaning of the word pharmacy, because this word pharmacy, the root word that is a Greek word, it's in the scriptures, and it has a very unexpected definition, knowing that it roots back to the word pharmacy, because of the connotations of the word pharmacy is always something to do with, helpful medicine, which really it does go into that, but not always on the right hand side, not always for the sake of healing, but also for harm. So let's see the definition here at Tim Online, which is pharmacy, late 14th century. Pharmacy, a medicine that rids the body of an excess of humors, except blood in brackets. It says also treatment with medicine, theory of treatment with medicine. From Old French pharmacie, a purgative, and directly from medieval Latin pharmacia, from Greek pharmakeia. Okay, that's the Greek word pharmakeia that you see down in the scriptures, and this word means a healing or harmful medicine. Right, it says a healing or poisonous herb, a drug, a poisonous potion. Right, magic, and in brackets potion, because the word potion basically is what it essentially sounds like, something liquid, something that's made together, it's prepared in some manner that's used for witchcraft purposes, communicating with spirits, reverencing idols in some manner as well, in certain occasions. It says dye, raw material for physical or chemical processing. Right, from pharmakeus, a preparer of drugs or poison or sorcery, right, and these witches would do it for whatever purpose. Again, depending on the occasion, because there's many different types of witches and different witchcraft doctrines, all types of very leftward, very estranged people who the righteous judgment hasn't been given to them for long, so they've prevailed for a long time, but then they're gonna get a serious fall, man. And a lot of these witches seem to be successful in the world's eyes, man. There's a lot of them, and you obviously, we don't have to talk too much about that. But as it reads, this word pharmakeus means a preparer of drugs, a poisoner, a sorcerer, from the word pharmakon, meaning a drug, a poison, filter, a charm, spell, enchantment. Okay, this word essentially means it goes into things to do with sorcery, man, with witchcraft. That's what pharmacy means. And really, Esau's Max is part of his witchcraft too, man. But we're gonna get the scriptures with the word pharmakeia now. So this word pharmakeia, right? This word, the use or the administering of drugs, poisoning, right? Again, drugs and poisoning, so it could be harmful or healful in manners, I suppose. Because they could be using a potion to heal somebody from the left-hand side, they might be reverencing familiar spirits that they communicate with. It could be anything, man. It says sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. So again, sometimes it's also without worshiping idols. And the gods of the nations are idols, any other power that isn't the true power. Psalms 96:5 says, for the gods of the nations are idols, but Yahweh made the heavens. So it says metaphorically, the deceptions and seductions of idolatry. And that's part of the witchcraft as well. The pharmakeia is also the seductive attributes of things that, for example, Mystery Babylon has deceived the world with. That's part of his sorceries, man. It's as it reads in metaphorical sense. The root words of this one is well, pharmakeus, which is one who prepares or uses magical remedies, sorcerer. And you can see that in the scriptures, man. Oh, of course, that's a great scripture. In fact, we have to hold that and go back to pharmakeia. What scriptures come here? But Revelation 9:21 says, neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries. So that word there sorceries, the word pharmakeia. Okay, and then in Galatians 5:20, great scripture. It says idolatry, then it says witchcraft. So the word pharmakeia translates to witchcraft over there. And then Revelation 18 and start verse 21. It reads, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. So it says, thus with violence, man, with violence. It's going to be a serious bloodshed. Let's get that word in Greek real quick. The word of the word in Greek, for violence, the word ormeima, ormeima means a rush, impulse, that which is impelled or hurried away by impulse. So a swift, a brutally swift, quick killing attack, man. Okay, that's what's coming. Revelation 18:21 says, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Revelation 18:22, and the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman, of whatsoever craft he be, shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. The nations were deceived by, again, the pharmakeia, man. And that's why the word, the sorceries that they've done is part of their deception to make people get into that fornication of being part of their merchandise currency trading system, man. That's been that's really the head worldly sense nation is what they call America. Okay, and the word pharmakeia again comes from the word pharmakous. How do you say it? Pharmakeios. Okay, pharmakeios. Greek's hard to get, kind of read it and snap straight away, understand how to say it. So Revelation 21:8, but this is a good scripture we should look further up. And remember pharmakeios, okay, that word, it was an etymology as well, saying a one who prepares drugs and potions and whatnot. That was that word. So Revelation 21. I'm tempted to read really far up. No, we'll get straight to the point, man. This is verse 7, Revelation 21:7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So the sorcerers, right? That word again, is the one who is the word pharmakeios. Those who prepares things of potion, drugs and whatnot. That's it reads right there, man. People are gonna go into that lake of fire. People are going to get the judgment for what they've done, man. Everyone's gonna get their lot, man. And this word here, pharmakos, okay, which is the same as pharmakeios, basically pertaining to magical arts. This word here is also in a great scripture, which is in Revelation chapter 22 and start verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. And Yahushua, he was the first fruits creation. He was the first, also Adam, and he's just the last Adam. He's the end, he's Alpha and Omega, man, beginning and end, the A to the Ta. It says, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. It says, for without, so those that are without the temple, outside, without meaning outside, right? Those that are profane outside the temple, It says, for without are dogs and sorcerers, and that word is, pharmakos, and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. So that's as the scripture says, man. And that's the judgment for those that are caught up in any, pharmakia. If you can understand what I'm saying. If you caught up anything like that, you could be part of some serious judgment too, man. Because it all leads you to being, to putting your trust in the enemy. All right, what does the scripture say about that? Ecclesiastes 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So it says, never trust thine enemy, man. And it says again in verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. So that's why that rust is still there, man. The more even though he comes very humbly, okay, you have to take heed of his actions, man, and beware that he could easily just show his horns, man, show his forked tongue, get those fangs out and start biting you, man. And verse about that, verse 13 is a good scripture for precept for that point. Go start verse 12. It says, say him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. Okay, so don't let him come anywhere near you, man. Stay away from him. Stay away from his ways. Don't let him harass you up like that. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh a wild beast? Or if you get bit by a serpent when you're trying to be, what was that dude called, Steve Irwin or whatever? Trying to be David Attenborough. Go around and play with serpents, start taking videos, getting all gassed and everything. It starts biting you. I'm not gonna pity you, man. You're a fucking idiot. You should have just let a snake be a snake. Alright? And it reads let's go straight down to verse 16, right? It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. And that's part of his sorceries, deceiving you by his philosophies and whatnot. They're very convincing to the world with their sweet words, but really they're hating on you, man. And if you're putting your trust in your enemy, Esau, Edom, all right, if you're putting your trust in him, then you're joining you're joining part of his sorceries, man. And you're submitting to him as your power that you serve with all your heart, man. So you're gonna be destroyed, man. Right, the Lord willing, this video is edifying. Just wanted to make it clear about that word and what it truly means, and how you can see that's quite clear, knowing that the earth is given to the hands of the wicked, as it reads in Romans 9 and verse 24. Sorry, not Romans, I'm sorry. The book of Job 9 and 24. Oh, Slaki, I didn't even finish this scripture yet. Let me read the scripture. Ecclesiastes 12 and 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. See, they come and try to really do their best to be of a humble estate, to be sincere and honest and be loving. But really, inwardly, they really are complete devils, man. So that's why Yahushua said it. Really, he's also talking about our people, but especially the wicked one, Esau, Edom. Yahushua said that he sends us as sheep in the midst of wolves, as it says in Matthew 10:16. So we have to be very very aware, to take good heed of the people around us, man, and their ways, their pharmakia. Alright, Lord willing, this video was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and labor in this word and doctrine. Shalom wa barakat lahabachayar, hagawiyah yasharala, meaning peace and blessings to the elect, the nation of Israel. Mawath lebabal. Shalom.